Hi everyone, we are La
Watching.
Chimolala, and we are here with a very special SF9 comeback listening party for the Piece of Nine, their 12th mini album.
Woo!
I'm sure you guys noticed we had a bit of a build-up. We were very excited. Raoul's back in the mix. Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's always so nice to see him back. My goodness, we missed him so much.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So,
Definitely makes it more complete to have his voice back in the mix.
mhm.
And we have gone from happy summer vibes to moody noir sultriness, which, as we know, is SF9's brand.
I
And they're
mean,
so good at it.
they are so good at it, suited and booted, please. So, Fantasy told us, you guys, Wave of Nine, you could tell from their music video that it's all like a cover up, you know? So, it is part of a bigger storyline. I had no realization of that at
No.
all, you
Hi,
know?
guys. We didn't put it together. But
Oh.
that would explain things. If that's a
Mhm.
cover, that would explain some things.
I
Hmm. I
know.
see what's happening here. It's getting deep.
Yeah, because initially I was like, I don't get this. Like, why do they show like In Sung and then Tae Yang and they're like, their spy espionage type of like scenes, and all of a sudden we got Wave of Nine, which is like super beach vibes, which
Yeah.
we have no problem with that whatsoever. We love the beach vibes, but I kind of like was scratching my head a little bit. I'm like, huh?
Mhm.
But then when Fantasy was like, hello, undercover, I'm like, oh, that makes complete sense. So now we see them as, I mean, like you said, noir. And um, hello, we saw like a Jaeyoon and that concept trailer. Like something's up. Something's up. Something is
And
up.
guys, as of when we're recording this, we still haven't received our albums. Ah,
I know.
so we haven't been able to look at the full concept photos, at all the
Mhm.
photos, like crime scene photos,
Oh
and
my
I'm
gosh.
assuming some lab scene photos. There's a lot of white.
Yes.
So I know that there's going to be like Easter eggs and more to the story probably in there. We just
Hmm.
don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it
Theories
will
are
be
interesting though.
very
Hmm.
interesting. Yeah. So, but we're not here to talk about the storyline and all that stuff, but we are here to listen to the 12th mini album, starting with Puzzle. But
Woo-woo.
before we do, you guys, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And if you have already, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. And give us a like and let us know if you guys like this type of content. Like, do you want us to do more album reviews? We shall do it. So give us a thumbs up. Oh,
I'm
wow.
playing peekaboo. I don't know what's happening. I'm I really want to listen to this. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. I do want to point out we have done a reaction already for SF9 puzzle music video. It's pretty in depth, right? Would you say?
I mean, not really. The reaction video was only like 37, 38 minutes. I
Hmm.
mean,
The music video is like 4.
yeah. Yeah, so
So we're kind of gonna just like this is more about the lyrics today. If you
yeah.
want to talk about the video and the song for this one, please see our music video reaction for Puzzle. Woohoo!
Yeah, this is the right. Okay, yeah. So go ahead. I was like, which hand was it this or this? Now I'm just dancing. But go ahead and click on the card up top. And then that way you guys will could go directly to Puzzle's reaction by us.
Yay!
Yay.
All right, so I'm really excited because we know this is written by Zuho's one of the main writers. So I'm interested to see like the full translation. So yay.
Yes, and offline, Beth had told me, she's like, every single time I hear Puzzle, it just keeps getting better and better. You know, the song we both know is already such a bop, you know? And yeah, I totally agree with you, Beth.
Yay.
Yeah.
I think everyone will. This is a song that once you start listening to it, you can't stop.
And newsflash, great workout song. Tammy approved.
Ooh, that
Tammy
is
approved.
the highest seal of Tammy approval.
I feel like I should create a list on Spotify and have it on public so that everyone can see my workout, like cardio
Yeah,
playlist.
why don't you? That'd be cute.
Yeah, I should do that. Yeah.
TM.
Yeah.
You heard it here, guys. She's got an idea.
I got an idea. Ding ding.
Ding. All right. Anyway, let's
Okay.
play into this. So we're gonna start off with Puzzle. So obviously, you know, title track, thrust of the album. Let's hear it. Here we go. Yay.
Yeah, yay.
I love this like new wave vibe. So good. Ugh. That's your favorite part. Don't they have a song called Scenario?
Not sure. No. Jane's voice.
Oh, so pretty. These two, one right after the other. So good.
어색했던 표정도 네 말투 마치 않던 이유와 상황들 이제서야 퍼즐이 완성돼
Those two. Ugh. Ooh.
Ah. a fun song. Love it.
So good. I've got to say, I feel like this is the most singing we've ever had from the rap line.
I know.
They
Gosh.
all get a chance to sing.
Yeah, I
Zuho
love.
doesn't sing choruses. Young doesn't sing choruses.
Right? And that is a plus when you have your own member as a writer, you know, when the member decides, hey, I like writing music, you guys, and then knows every characteristic, every little strand on their head, you know, when it comes to like music, you know?
Mhm.
And so
They know how to show them off.
yeah, exactly, you know. And Zuho does such a great job on this track. Like he's so freaking amazing. Wrote it, produced it. I believe
And I think you pointed out before, right, that most of his written ones are like upbeat. Like he always finds an amazing beat like this one.
yeah, and I believe Hui Young has credit on this too, if I can recall. But I know
Love
he
it.
has. I know he has a lot of credit on the album itself. So,
Yeah, I feel like he's really been upping his game that way, which is smart. I mean, you've already got a Zuho, why not learn?
yeah, exactly. So this is like such a fun song, and it's so good. It is so good.
I could literally sing the chorus on repeat for like an hour. And then I love that breakdown with the one, and then Young, and then Jaeyoon just on top. I mean, it's like the most perfect like bridge ever. It's so good and
It's so good.
glorious.
Yeah.
I just love it so much.
Yeah, the chorus is so infectious. Like it, I mean, troubling, you know, like key words in there, you know, rumbling,
like all those things. You're like, wondering.
Yeah.
Like, it's just fun. It's like a fun tongue twister, and it's just like enjoyable to sing along to it.
Yeah, like, yeah. I mean, even like puzzling, you know, like it's just it's so much fun. And so when you have a song that is like that, like that's a good sign, you know.
Yeah,
it's so memorable.
I mean, as I recall, we could like hum the chorus pretty much afterwards after one listen, which is crazy. And then the lyrics are just so good. It's so interesting. I feel like they're real stories with Zuho, you know, like that's why I said noir, because it's not just like moody. There's like a whole story happening here. That's why I'm very interested to see what the lyric translations are for some of the other songs, because I feel like it's like interconnected probably.
Yeah, most definitely.
So good, such a pop. We love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is the second song, Love Color, and I'm just gonna say it right now. This is my favorite song on the album. When I first heard it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be my favorite. And then I was like, no, wait. And then I heard all the other songs and I was like, wow, I really like these. Love Color's my favorite. Sometimes go with your gut, guys. Go with your gut. So I am a huge fan of this, and I am very excited for this. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Let's go.
I mean,
just how it starts.
Music bed. Yeah. Sexy.
Oh, he goes so high.
Jaeyoon shines on this song too. And Taeyang, mix up the two. So interesting. And they're all singing that gorgeous harmony behind it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's such a bop. It's so good. It's like timeless in a weird way. It sounds like a classic, like you already know it. Ugh, I just love it so much.
It's so it's such a lovely song, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think of it as being super like sultry or sexy. It's just it's
I
lovely.
think it's the flute for me.
Yeah,
It's the background bed of music to me that gives me like a real like I want to like salsa dance to it or something. So that's why it's giving me that attitude, I feel like.
Oh, I could see that. I could see that. Yeah. For me, like it's just I feel like this is such a cute and like the word that comes to mind is just lovely, you know? Like I don't know, like it just brings a smile, a bright smile to my face.
Right? And the translation is actually like just as good as I hoped it would be. Like I love the idea, you know, we'll make a new color together. Like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
It's super adorable.
warm and fuzzy, you know? And it's such a really, really cute song with such a great meaning behind it.
And you and I had talked about this offline. I was like, I feel like SF9 is really devastating us this comeback because, like, first, Jaeyoon's telling you you're in trouble, girl. Now, Dawan's telling you you're special, girl.
Yeah.
Like, what's happening?
Yeah, you're
It's
special.
a lot. It's full flirt mode. It's
Yeah.
full Taeyang from everybody.
Yeah, Taeyang and Maroon saying let's mix up the colors, you know?
Please. Oh my gosh. And again, Young, I feel like a more melodic rapping this time around. And Zuho has such an interesting flow in his part. I actually wanted to highlight that. Where is it? Here it is. I just feel like his rhythm is so interesting. I haven't heard him do something like this one. This part. It's a very interesting transition.
Yeah, like he kind of goes like an upward trajectory, you know, when he keeps going up and up and up a little bit.
Yeah, and it's when you end up like that, you know, it sounds like a question, right? So it gives a very different tone. I feel like normally he's telling us how it is, and this is like a little more he's not sure. I don't know, it gives him like a vulnerability. I really like it. I just think it's really cool. It's just a different color from him, and this song is so good for all the vocalists.
Look at you, different color. I see what you did there.
I know. I didn't try to actually. Oh, although I did want to point out, interesting. I'm sure you guys noticed, color is spelled the British way. So obviously, one of the writers on this is British.
I mean, potentially.
Probably.
Yeah.
I just thought it was very interesting. It's unusual for you to see British spellings on anything made outside of Britain. So, it's not a colony. So I was just surprised. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. It definitely, it made me think, oh, I need to look up who contributed to this. Who's new in town? Who's new in town?
Yeah.
All right. Ugh, so good, so good. Now this next one, New World, again, I feel like is a total shift. Each of the first 3 songs like really pivot. And this one to me is really brash and bold, and I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay, yeah. Initially, it's really fun because we have a lot of fantasy moots on our Twitter. And so, yeah, it's really funny actually, because after we came back from the LA concert, we were tweeting about it and we gained quite a few fantasy moots, which is like, we always want fantasy moots,
Right? That's why we went to the concert. And to see our boys.
Yes, of course. And so I wouldn't say the funny thing, but more like the more interesting thing is that a lot of fantasy really like New World, like at least our moods that we saw on our timeline, Yeah. So it's really interesting because a lot of them were like, oh, I really like New World. New World is like my jam, or New World is like is on repeat on my Spotify, So I'm like, oh, okay. All right.
This does have kind of like a good hype song feel. I could see how you would be like, all right, yeah, let's crush it.
Everyone likes a good hype song.
Everyone.
All right.
All right, here we go. Let's check it out. I mean, it just starts so epic.
This is the beginning of the Gladiators or something,
Right.
Amazing.
And then there's
가려진 world would you know it 방향을 잃어버린 채 where you going 내일이 난 worry 희망 없는 story 모든 게 다 dirty burn it up and go please sing my back full like a brightly lit more spotlight more sounds like pump out that car 물속 튀어나온 톤 하나 읊어가고 있다 내가 누군가 당황할지언정 이게 my life 우리랑 스팟 사이를 겹친 our spotlight 새로운 빛이 다가와 세상을 바꿀
Hey, sounds so good,
right?
I feel like his voice was like really improved in the last couple of years. This part really feels hypey.
It's a new world. Everything that we know, like the prison, let's blow. New world, new world. Not our love, history's in the making. 만들어 bigger and better, the earth is shaking. Lift it up, all we need is that love. New world, new world.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh. Wowza. I mean, it's just like this giant wall of sound from the very first note. It really like takes command. There's a presence there for sure.
Yeah, this song is definitely a very great hype song. I will say though, like the horns in the background, like really hype, really hypes you up. And also, this reminds me a little bit of Demi Lovato's "Confident" with like
because of the horns.
Because of the horns, yeah. And both songs are totally awesome and totally in your face too,
It's because it's obviously like that, like a trumpet. It's like that brass that like, yeah, in your face is the right word for or phrase for it.
Yeah. And so I could see why so many fantasies love this song so much.
And it's also, again, super relatable. I mean, there's many times where I have wanted to burn the world down and start over, and this song lets you do vent all of that stuff and frustration and get rid of it, but still be like a normal human being at the end and not go to jail. Like, I feel like this song's also good for that. It's got a real like, you could really like throw yourself into it and then at the end be like exhausted and like purged, like cleansed, and sometimes those songs are very necessary and underappreciated. So I just love like the grand scale of it. It definitely feels like it should be in a movie or something. And again, vocal line killing it.
Speaking of that, because like that thought totally crossed my mind too, because I feel like this song would be so great inserted, like say after like the climax of the movie, and you insert the song while everyone's getting ready to like go gung-ho, like getting all their weapons or whatever, you have this song playing in the background,
yes. And like how the pre-chorus has like that total DJ ramp up, and then like in the post-chorus there's all the like shouting together and stuff. Like this feels like a song that is not for, this feels like a song for many people, not one people. It's one of those like songs that you hear and everybody's like, oh, like you look around at strangers and you're like, like we're doing this, we're all gonna hold hands and jump around to this song. I don't even know you, but it doesn't matter. New world's on. So yeah, I can see this is going to play real well in concerts, I would imagine. And the grandiose nature of the horns, I think, will make for some interesting dancing.
Agreed.
And to clarify what I said before, Taeyang, always a great singer, but I just feel like the strength and like confidence that he has in his vocals it really shines more like post Kingdom. I feel like he gained a lot of confidence and was like, I'm gonna slay, and he does every day.
Absolutely.
I'm loving it. I'm living for it. It's great. All right, so up next is a fighter. It's kind of interesting because I feel like so we've heard the first three songs, and I kind of feel like New World Fighter and Tight are all like very much in the same like genre. Like I can totally see how they're related. So it's kind of like a fun slide in, I feel like. All right, well, let's check it out. Fighter. Again, there's like, these feel very DJ driven.
Yeah, I know, right?
I love that.
Yeah.
So heavenly,
Right?
I swear that I'm gonna rescue you again, guys, again.
Who's gonna stop us now?
They're so good at these little breaks, mini breaks. That was like a bridge in the chorus. Oh, interesting.
I swear that I'm gonna rescue you. No one's gonna stop us now. Burn it down, can't put it out, let's go.
This beat.
This is just Taeyang doing sexy things.
Yeah.
God.
Ah!
My gosh.
I feel like this song is a super hype song too, like for sure.
Yes. And I feel like even the lyrics feed into the song before. Like it's the same through line, kind of.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if, like, you know, if this song, if I heard it and you asked me like, oh, who do you think sings this song? This is like a total SF9 song, you know, like
Right.
you can totally recognize it, you know, like that's them, you know,
Yeah.
this is their jam, you know. And I have to say, like, this song could easily be the title track too. Like, so easily.
And it's super fun to like start with the rap line. I don't feel like this band does usually.
No, it does not.
So that's really fun. It's fun to like hear a lot of Liang and Chani. I feel like there's a lot of Chani in this song too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, a rap line in here was heavily featured, you know, and that's so good. Like, we want to hear more of them.
Yes, because this whole group has amazing vocals, but sometimes we're like, barely any rap line in this.
I know.
I mean, they're still there singing gorgeously, but it's a different vibe. So yeah, this sounds like they got to like lean in and have a lot of fun. I wouldn't be surprised if all three of them are on this track.
Yeah.
For writing credits.
Yeah.
Just I love, again, who is the DJ writing their song?
I know, right?
And then the breakdown where right after this part. Yeah, that part too. I felt like the mini bridge in the chorus.
Right?
I was like, who does this? This is cool. This is fun.
So
I like this.
Freaking cool.
What kind of workout would you do to the song?
This is more cardio for me. So
Got you. And just checking now all the time.
Yeah. This is a good cardio song.
Right.
So,
and then again, like to my comment earlier, the lyrics about burning everything down and just fighting, you know, again, that's some new world stuff, don't you think? That's how we build a new world.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just very interesting. I almost feel like that's New World Part 2. It's just very much in the same vibe. I really hope there's at least one other video so that we can see if how they're connected.
Yeah.
They definitely have a plan. We just don't know what it is.
Yeah. We won't know until later.
We won't know until later. All right. Now we're going to move on to Tight, which again, same like great beat propulsion. This, I mean, this whole album is just can't sit still.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And yeah, I have to say this, like, Love Color is your favorite track. Tight is mine. And so this is my favorite track. It's so upbeat. This is, I've never read the English translations, but like, well, not all well with you guys, but I will say based on like their vocals and based on the instrumentation of this, like so much fun, you know, it's such a singable song and I love everything about this song. So,
yay! All right, here we go. Tight. And you right away, that crazy voice. Damn.
We gonna go blast. I love it.
Rowan also sounds great in this song. So cute. Lots of great rap line in this song too.
I love the switching.
Yeah. So fun. Ugh.
I got
Those were squeals of approval. Yay!
Yay!
So fun.
Okay, like when you hear this song and the song says like "hold me tight," you know, like oh my gosh, I just envision like you know me hopping on a motorcycle holding really really tight, you know,
Yeah.
just like as tight as I can, and we're just riding down the freeway. Do not do this, very illegal. 100 miles per hour, you know, just down the freeway. And
That's when the whistling's happening, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But do
I
not do that.
I will totally admit that after hearing the song, I went back and listened to Summer Breeze to see how different the whistles were.
Ah,
Because
they're
that's
pretty
their
different.
other big song that I feel like has that great whistle in it. And they are different, but I could honestly, guys, as soon as you put on Summer Breeze, you can't think of any other whistle but that. But then when you put this on, you can't think of any other whistle but this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost impossible to compare them because as soon as you hear one, you're like, oh, I love this. Oh yeah. Like you forget what
Yeah.
the other one sounds like, but I'm pretty sure they're different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But honestly, both songs are just so fun. It's
Yeah.
hard to contrast.
Yeah, this is like a fun party anthem too. Like you can't help but like get up and just like, you know, this is a great getting ready song. This is a great like pick me up, you know, like just when you're like, ugh, it's raining outside, let me play tight, you know? Like I don't want to hear any ballads or sad songs when it's raining out there.
No.
Let's put on a freaking banger, you know?
You want to go fast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You want to go blast?
Right. And I agree with you too. The back and forth between all the guys, like it feels like they're like tossing like a hot potato around, but like in the best way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It feels like there's a lot more small phrases.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, this song is super fun. Like I love it when they switch like that, you know, back and forth. You know, it's like it feels like a conversation to me, you know? I mean, yeah, like going back and forth, but in the coolest way possible, you know? Yeah, so I mean, I didn't realize that they said we gotta go blast. And I'm like, even better, you know?
Right?
Yeah.
Even more extreme and crazy. Like, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
It's about to happen. We're gonna blast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, like I said during the song, I do feel like this whole album there's a lot bigger rap line presence.
Mm-hmm.
This is at least the third or fourth song that we've been like, wow.
Yeah.
So I am really like loving and appreciating that they're, you know, that they're having a little more to do. I don't know. I mean, I loved Wave of Nine, but I didn't feel like there was as much of them maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm like thrilled and over the moon by how featured they are. It's really nice.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's so nice to hear them, you know, especially, I mean, in terms of them like even rapping, but like them as vocalists too. Like
yes, I'm loving
amazing.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so interesting and nice to hear them. And now I feel like we're getting to hear like a whole new set of harmonies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so good. And wow, Jaeyoon is really like hitting his high notes in here. And he's not even in falsetto. He's like still belting.
Yeah.
And he's high.
Yeah. I mean, the way that he hits his notes, I was like,
there's so much power behind them, but it's like, whoa. It's another world for sure.
High notes, I was just like, wow. Like I expected that from Dawan.
Oh, that's Dawan. Where's this must be Jaeyoon. This is him. Yeah, it sounds effortless.
Yeah.
He does such a good job.
Yeah.
I'm just so impressed. I feel like after Insong had enlisted,
Mhm.
Jaeyoon was just like, I'm gonna try singing those notes. I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna do it. And he
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
And he's great, you know. But they've always had Insong to be like, he can do that one.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
feel like both him and Dewan have really like tried to stretch, you know, which has been really nice just to hear. They
Mhm.
just sound so good. Ugh.
They
And it's gonna be even better when you got all three of them.
I know. So fantastic. I know. Love it. I love it.
Already excited, guys. Already
Mhm.
really, really excited. So the last track on the album, don't you think this is such a bold, interesting choice, is a solo number from Jaehoon. And there is some part where there's harmony in the back that I swear is all the guys.
Mhm.
But basically this is a solo track by Jaehoon.
Yeah.
And it's a ballad, and I just feel like, I don't know, I was just completely surprised. To me, this came out of nowhere.
Yeah, to me, when I heard this song, I don't even have to read the translation. I mean, I'm gonna read it right now, obviously, but like my first take on this when I heard it, I was like,
Wait for
oh,
me, right?
yeah, yeah. When you hear something like "Stay with Me," you know, it's
And
like
you know he's the next oldest.
he's the next one to enlist. You know, you can't help but think that, you know. And so, and don't worry, you guys, like he has Insong and Youngbin over there, you know.
He'll be fine.
They are having a blast over there. I mean, they keep going viral. I mean, Hype Boy, you guys remember that? You know, them covering that? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure he'll have a great time.
Yeah. And I feel like this song is sort of like in relation to that, you know?
Yeah.
So
I also think, I just think it's really interesting that this didn't come out as like a special single or anything.
yeah.
I kind of love that. To me, that it's all the other guys also acknowledging,
Mm-hmm.
you know, what he means to the group and how
Mm-hmm.
much they care for him. I just thought it was like really sweet that he got his own track.
Yeah, and if I could recall, what was it? Unlimited? Was that that was the online concert that we saw, right? In early Unlimited, that we saw online, and we saw Insong and Youngbin sing On, and that was the song that they sang together before they enlisted. So that song was very like tear-jerking, you know? It's like very heartfelt. So I feel I have the same vibes with this song. Very, very heartfelt, you know? So
all right, well, first we're going to check out the lyric translation, and then one of our lovely fantasies sent us a video performance from the comeback of Jaehoon actually singing this. But let's check out the lyrics first. I agree with you, Tammy. I'm pretty sure I know what it's about, but I always like to see the turn of phrase, especially with Jaehoon. If he had anything to do with this,
he wrote and produced it. There you go.
I got it. There you go. Of course she knows. Of course she does. All right, here we go. Stay with me.
You're so pretty already, you know?
Yeah, that piano's gorgeous. And then the guitar.
Oh, his voice, please. The first line already.
He's like already gone up a whole octave. Voice is so good. I love that.
Oh my, I didn't realize that. What?
잠시니까 우리 함께한 시간들이 우리가 쌓았던 추억들처럼 그댈 지켜줄게. Oh, stay with me. 내 곁에 있어줘요. Oh, stay with me. 언제나 그곳에서 시간이 지나가고 우리 다시 만났을 때 이 자리에서 꼭 서로를 안아줘요. 그대 그리워서 너무 보고 싶어서 눈 감고 그댈 그리죠. 꿈만 같았던 우리의 시간들.
Ugh, so pretty.
Stay with me. 내 곁에 있어줘요. Oh, stay with me. 언제나 그곳에서
I love that part.
어떤 순간이 와도 항상 내게 있어줘요. 시간이 지나도 영원히 함께해. 우리
No.
So pretty. So good. Again, stay with me. June, what are you doing?
I know.
Every song, you guys are like,
Yeah.
girl.
I'm just like, okay, I'll stay with you. You know, of course.
I just feel like every song they're talking right to me. I'm like, huh?
I'm like, are you sure? Are you talking to me?
Look at me.
Yeah. Okay, his vocals like is so sweet like honey, you know? It's just like my ears like just perk up, you know? And it's just when I hear his voice, like, oh, stop. It's just
so beautiful, but it feels
gorgeous.
It feels like lush and like comforting. It's like a fuzzy blanket, not it's there's no like angles to it. It's you know how some voices are a little sharper. That's not a bad thing. It's a stylistic choice. But his is like just when he was saying, you know, when we meet again, we'll hug and stuff. And I was like, oh, you're already hugging me with your voice.
I know.
I love this.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. I
So,
just it's amazing. He's literally like, I'm gonna go away, but you'll stay, right? You're like, yes, I love this.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Such a great song. Like it
And
just
it totally makes sense when you said that he wrote and produced it because we know that this man has a big heart and he's sensitive and he's like hilarious,
I mean,
but also a marshmallow.
yeah, totally. Oh my gosh.
These
Like
lyrics are fuck that for me.
this man is a total all-rounder, but I have to say he has like such an amazing personality, like all of them do. And he has like a really great sense of humor. I mean, come on. No one could forget his V Live in that backless purple shirt while they were promoting Teardrop, you know? And then he's so hilarious right there. He has such a funny great personality, has a great sense of humor. And then you see that other flip side, that duality, you know, where you hear this song and it's like you could tell that it's written from his heart, you know, like every single word serves a purpose on this song, you know. And even the articles and you know, all that stuff, you know, like every word on here is Yeah, total purpose, you know?
Oh, I totally agree with you. And I feel like he also, I was noticing a lot in this song, has found a really good way to incorporate the sound of him taking breath into
Mm-hmm.
the emotions of the song.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not just like, oh, he has to take a big breath now.
Yeah.
Like he does these great little exhalations, or the way he inhales like right on the beat. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it just kind of like flows a lot more seamlessly than it normally would.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like really impressed with that as well. But yeah, he's just I feel like when you see Jaeyoon laugh, like you just know that like nothing bad can ever I don't think he's capable of doing anything evil. He's just like a sweetheart. Like
Yeah.
his laugh lights up the world like a 5-year-old's.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just so pure, and especially when he's laughing at Young.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just feel like this song, the lyrics really reflect that.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't trying to like, there's not like a lot of metaphors and stuff or anything. It's just
Yeah.
plain simple language telling you that I love you and I'll be back.
Yeah.
And that really like really gets you.
Pulls on those heartstrings for sure. Yeah.
It's so good. All right. Then just as a little Easter egg. Woo.
Yes. And we have to thank our fantasy Michelle for sending us this clip. She's like, you know what, you guys have to watch this performance. It's very meaningful, very impactful. And I mean, after reading the lyrics and listening to him sing this song, yeah, 100% agree. So this clip comes from the Delight tour. He did not sing the song in the US. And there's probably many reasons why, like venue times and stuff like that. Things could get expensive. But he did sing this song in Seoul, you know.
This was his solo stage, right?
Yes, his solo stage.
Okay, I am super excited for this. And it looks like this is from November 19th, 2022.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
And we should mention this is a fan cam. So.
Yes, total fan cam. Wow, so pretty.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes.
So adorable. Again, to all those people who think idols lip sync. And he sounds exactly the same. That beautiful tone, that is his voice.
I kind of have to disagree with you. This sounds better than the actual recording studio. I mean, don't get me wrong, the recorded studio, version is also magnificent. But again, when they sing live like this, it's like they up the ante or something, They're
The
like,
passion really comes through.
yeah, it's just like when they see fantasy, like it's like 100-fold, It's like they become the Hulk or something, like vocally, it's like, let me show you, this is gonna be amazing, So
honestly, that kind of does sound like Suho.
Yeah, but it's just like we saw them live recently, and we both agreed that like all of the songs that they sang was like out of 20, when their music is recorded out of 10 out of 10, but yeah, I think that like when he sang this live, because this is our first time watching this clip, so this incredible, it's so gorgeous. His voice just he has such an amazing voice,
Yeah.
So I mean,
And
ugh.
I just feel like his mannerisms and everything, like most singers need to look at you to connect. This, I still felt like he was talking right to me, even when he wasn't looking at us. Like, oh, it's just all there. And I also love how Jaeyoon is like such a good belter. I love that he doesn't use his falsetto that much. And then when you do hear it, it's always like, I always feel like it's like frosting. Like it's just a little extra yummy goodness on top, So that little bit at the end, I'm like, oh, Jaeyoon falsetto. Like, but he has such a great, powerful voice, and he can belt pretty high. So of course, make use of that.
Yeah.
But then he still has that like sweet little like silver bell he can put on top, and it just melts your heart every time. Like, like,
yeah, absolutely beautiful, So it's just, he has such a great
I wonder
voice.
if he sang this on the Delight tour, just because they weren't sure if he'd be able to sing it on the next one.
I mean, COVID is very unpredictable, So I mean, that's the main thing that's hindering them, from
all artists right now.
Yeah, that could hinder an artist from like performing,
Yeah.
So I mean,
it makes me really happy to think that like he got to share this with Fantasy live. Just in case.
Yeah, and you just never know. Like sometimes, like also, in terms of like booking venues and stuff like that, they have trouble. Some like a prime example would be like Monsta X. Like they wanted to book their fan con at a bigger venue, but they couldn't because literally all of the venues that they were looking at were already booked in way in advance, and they just couldn't do it. And so
because they were probably rearranging stuff that they paid for 3 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
All those people still want to use the venue.
Yeah, and you just never know, you know, like even as their agencies try to book things in advance, you just never know when the next time will be. And also he already knows when he's gonna enlist, you know. So I
And who
mean,
knows, maybe he was still kind of workshopping it. It's a great way to test it out. And
exactly.
please, like, fantasy's ever going to be like, oh, a new song? Lay it on
I
us. Come on.
know, right?
Like, we live for that. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
Jane's like, I want to share a secret with you guys, we're like,
Yeah.
ah!
And again, I mean, you know, we're so grateful to have so many like fantasy on our Twitter. And when news broke that Stay With Me was gonna be on the mini album, like fantasy completely freaked out. They're like, oh my goodness.
We
And
didn't think we would get to see it or hear it or,
yeah. So, and to have it to be like professionally recorded and on the album, that's like
Yeah.
amazing, you know, because there's so many songs that artists would sing, but there's no recorded like studio recorded version for it, you know?
Yeah, it's just like a live, like, bonus track if you can
Mm-hmm.
see it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, you know. So
And
this is
again, I would say the placement of the song shows you how important they think of it.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they didn't just drop it in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's this is how you're supposed to leave the album, remembering this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just such a beautiful tribute, I feel like. Ugh,
Yeah.
I love it
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, and the whole album, you know, like you start with like Puzzle, and then you kind of go through a journey with SF9 with all these tracks, all these
Yeah,
upbeat tempo songs that make you go like, yeah, you know, and
right. We're gonna
gung
change the
ho, and
world.
yeah, you know, like I'll hold you tighter on that motorcycle, sure, you know. But then like you end with this song, and it's like, oh my gosh, it feels like a warm hug, you
It's
know?
such a huge downshift from
Hmm.
where we've been going, but yeah, it doesn't feel sudden.
Hmm.
It just feels right.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Ah, look
yeah,
at him.
I
So
know.
cute.
So adorable, right? Ugh. And you guys, he is a bajillion, like I never saw a prince in my life, and he looked like a prince to me. So I mean, like all of them.
So
So
sweet.
so sweet, yeah.
Uh,
And I can literally say that he is sweet because he, again, when I tripped, he asked if I was okay. So,
just
yes,
a sweetheart.
he's such a
Uh,
sweetheart. Yeah.
so yeah, nobody deserves a bigger spotlight than him. So I'm
Yeah.
glad he gets a chance to give us
Shine.
like a little personal message. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
have some extra time to sparkle because he's such a good, and we're always talking about In Song as a mood maker, but Jaehoon is too.
Oh, yeah. And then you put them together and they're a menace.
It
I'm
suddenly
just
goes
saying.
from good to only good for them.
I
They're
know.
trouble.
I know.
They're. Can you imagine the two of them in their trainee days? Oh my gosh, they
They're
probably had to work in separate corners.
they're troubling.
Ooh.
Okay, again, we could go all day with this.
Really, really, I just really like this mini album. So fun, and then some unexpected, like really beautiful pieces as well.
Yeah,
I can't wait to get my copy.
I know. I know. And we will be doing unboxings of our albums that we will be getting, you know, so that will be,
Eventually.
yeah, yeah, seriously. Yeah, but
But
really,
until then, I am streaming, and I hope you
um,
guys will too.
yeah, hopefully you guys are streaming. Like, if you guys have funds, like, please purchase their albums, you know? Like, it's obviously like everything is very meticulous, like the concepts are really cool. But if you don't have the funds, that's okay.
Yeah.
Just do what Beth and I are doing right now while we're waiting for our album. Stream, you know? So
Stream.
yeah, stream their music, watch their, this is like a really exciting time.
Yes.
And we are
This is a good era. Watch those music shows.
yeah, I mean, it's comeback week for these guys, and they already perform on M Countdown. So Music Bank is next. So
Yes.
yeah. And I have to say though, like although both Monsta X and SF9, like they release their albums on the same day, it's really fun to see them perform, even though they're not really collabing with each other, but it's so cool to see like two of our favorite bands on like pretty much on the same music show, you
Like,
know?
on the same stage, pretty much. Yeah. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, so it's cool. And you can just imagine all the conversations that they have like in the green room, like they're just
right.
mingling and having fun. And just the thought of that just makes me smile so much,
Right? I'm just picturing Dewan and Minyak like getting into all sorts of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Motor mouthing it up backstage.
I know. Yeah, of course,
I know. It makes me happy to think that, they all get a chance to hang. This is like the only time they get to hang out.
Yeah, seriously, it's true. And we all know that Kihyun and Chungkyun, they used to host Midnight Idol, and they had these guys on the show, and we learned so much about them from that show. But that they have like a relationship with them too. And I know Insong and Kihyun are like really good friends,
Yeah.
so, and of course, Kihyun's about old, but Insong is like my bias too. So I mean, like,
makes sense.
I know, right?
Of course, they're besties.
Yeah, besties. Yeah, so really, really fun.
It's really full circle here. So it only makes sense that we get, and then we get to enjoy them both together. It's so nice.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, just watch those music shows, vote whatever band that you're most comfortable with, and I'm just saying.
We don't make you
Yeah.
vote our way.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I feel like just the opportunity to get a bunch of live performances is all I need. Every day I get to wake up and it's like, oh, new performance. Yay.
Yeah.
That's what I love about comebacks. So
yeah, it's such a
lots
gift.
of new content. So fun.
I'm like, where are they going to perform next? Oh, Music Bank? Oh, Inkigayo? Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
What show are they gonna go? Are they gonna be on Yoonji or
yeah?
What's next, Jessie?
I know. I hope so. Oh, can you imagine SF9 week with
No, I don't think Jessie could handle SF9.
well, she doesn't do show review anymore, but it would be with I think it's a Sunmi, I think. And that's hosting it now. So I
mean, not that she couldn't handle them, but more like it, it's a lot of good lookingness looking at you, and she gets flustered like we do.
She does.
I'm so proud of these guys, and we wish them nothing but love and love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feel it, fantasy.
Yeah. Let's hope for some wins for these guys. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching with us. If you guys enjoyed this album listening party, album review, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we are and we will see you guys next time.
안녕.